In this video, we will show you how to replace your vehicle's alternator on this Ford F-150 with a 5.4 liter engine. This will be located in your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Locate your battery along the passenger side of your engine compartment. We're going to make our way over to the negative battery terminal. Use an 8mm to loosen the mounting nut just enough that we can remove the terminal end from the battery. Once you have that disconnected, just a quick inspection for corrosion and we'll set that aside so it's making no contact with the battery itself. With the battery disconnected, let's start removing our air inlet tube. If you were looking along the back side of the inlet tube, just in front of your power steering reservoir, you're going to find a 10mm headed bolt. Typically there's going to be a washer of some sort as well. Let's go ahead and remove those. Just a quick inspection, we'll set that aside. Now if you follow the air inlet tube towards your left front fender, you're going to find a mounting point for this. You just want to carefully hold on to this and we'll pull it out of place. Just give it a wiggle. After you have that broken free, we're paying attention in the center area here. This is your air filter housing. We'll go ahead and take hold of that inlet tube, give it a little wiggle, and slide it out of place. Go ahead and set that aside. With that out of the way, we have a clear view of our alternator. Before removing the alternator, we're going to have to remove our serpentine belt. To remove the serpentine belt, first you want to pay attention to the routing of it. You can see it goes over some pulleys and under others. After taking note of that, we're going to be paying attention all the way over on the passenger side of the engine. This is where we can see our serpentine belt tensioner. For this, we're going to be using a 1/2-inch drive adapter. We're going to turn this clockwise and we'll remove our belt from our serpentine belt idler pulley. Be extremely careful for any pinch points as you continue on. Once you have the belt off of there, it's important to pay attention to the belt itself. We want to confirm it's still in good usable order. We can see the backing here, the smooth side. Other than that, you also want to pay attention to the grooved side, the opposite side of the belt. For that, you can just go ahead and flip it over and have a quick look. Double check to make sure it's not dry rotted, cracked, or damaged in any way. Let's continue on. Now, right up above this area, this is where we can see our alternator. It has a bracket going across the top. We're going to have to dislodge our wiring harness. I'm just using a trim tool as a prying device. You can even use a flat blade screwdriver. Now that I have that disconnected, we're going to start removing that bracket. The bracket itself is held in place with 4 10mm headed mounting bolts. There's 2 on the passenger side, and there's 2 over towards the driver's side. We'll start on one side, make our way over. This one's on the other side of that wiring harness. Now the last mounting bolt is just over on the other side of that coolant hose. Grab hold of that bracket. Get this out of here. Now we're going to have to dislodge the alternator and be able to move it so we can gain access along the backside. If you were looking down along the bottom of the alternator, in the front, you're going to find 2 10mm headed mounting bolts. Let's loosen the pair. There we are. Do the same over here. Now we're going to take hold of that alternator. We'll lift it up slightly and then pull it forward towards the fan. Okay, so now that I have some movement here, I'm going to move this upper radiator hose to the other side of its holding bracket. Just lift it up, slide it over. We can tilt the alternator and have a look along the back side. In this area, we're going to find that we have 2 electrical wiring harnesses. One of these is a power wire. It's covered by a protective boot. We'll go ahead and carefully lift up on that protective boot. You want to make sure you don't tear it or damage it in any way. That exposes our 10mm mounting nut. There's that nut. Remove the wire. Just a quick inspection. We will be cleaning both sides of this, but for now, let's just go ahead and set it aside. We can move along to our next wire connector. For this one, I'm going to be using a small pocket screwdriver to gently pry while I lift this up and out of place. Just go right down in this area. Lift it up. For this electrical connector, a quick inspection for corrosion. Now we can remove the alternator. It's a tight fit, but there it is, friend. Prior to installing the brand new alternator, let's make sure we clean our power wire connecting point. I'm using some fine sandpaper along each side of this. We want to make sure it's a clean, smooth surface. Okay, now it's time to install our brand new alternator. We'll carefully get this in place. When we start bringing this down, we need to make sure that the lower ears of the alternator align with the mounting bolts down along the bottom there. Now, once we have it down close to being in the proper position, we have our wiring harnesses next. I'm going to start with the electrical connector. We'll line this up, press it in, listen for a click. After an audible click, a light tug confirming it's properly secured. Moving along, it's time for the power wire. We'll take this and get it in position along that stud on top of the alternator. Install your brand new mounting nut. Snug it up. The torque for this is 71 inch-pounds. Make sure you protect this area with its protective boot. For this boot, we just want to slide it all the way down towards the terminal end, and we'll make sure that it's completely covering this. You do not want to ground out up against anything on the engine. This can be very dangerous. Once you feel as though you have that torqued properly, let's lift this up and rest it down on its lower mounting bolts. Let's get this bracket in place. It's going to go underneath our upper radiator hose up along the top of the alternator. We're going to start in all 4 of our 10mm headed mounting bolts. We have the last one on the far side. After starting in all those bolts, we're back at the bottom. We're going to snug the lower mounting bolts. The torque for each of these will be 18 foot-pounds. We're moving to the upper bracket mounting bolts. Snug those and torque them to 89 inch-pounds. Get this wiring harness in place. We're going to press that directly in the center of the mounting bracket. Now it's time to install our serpentine belt. As I mentioned during the removal process, it goes over some pulleys and under others. It needs to be back in the same exact orientation, and while doing so, just be extremely careful for all pinch points. A quick inspection of the pulleys. We're going to reapply pressure here so we can release pressure from our serpentine belt tensioner and slide this underneath our idler pulley. Now that we have that in place, you need to thoroughly inspect the belt, confirming it's seated over each one of the pulleys properly. If it's off by even one tooth on any of the grooved pulleys, it can cause damage to the belt. Now it's time to install our air inlet tube. We're going to start with the far end that goes into the front fender. Line it up, press it in. After you've confirmed that, we're back at the center here, at the air filter housing and the air intake. Line that up, press it in tightly. Now we're focusing on the mounting bracket. In this area is where we're going to be installing our 10mm headed mounting bolt with our washer. You can make adjustments as necessary to get this properly aligned, start it in, and snug it up. Double check to make sure it's properly in place. It's time to reconnect the negative battery terminal. Before we do so, it's a good idea to clean the mating surface. We're going to go around the terminal end on the battery itself first. For this, I'm just using my battery cleaner brush. We'll give it a couple spins, a close inspection confirming there's no miscellaneous debris. Now we can do the wiring end here. Once again, we're just cleaning the mating surface. I've got my battery brush. Just double check, make sure there's no corrosion or debris. That looks fine. Let's go ahead and reconnect this. To connect the battery terminal end, you want to go ahead and take that and press it onto the battery as far as possible. After that, continue on by tightening your 8mm mounting nut. Okay, right there bottomed out. We're just going to go a tiny bit further. We don't want to break anything. Double check to make sure it's properly secured in place. Okay, friend, we finished the installation of our alternator. The next thing we need to do is start up the vehicle, let it run for 5 seconds, and turn it right back off. You're going to make your way back out here and triple check the belt. It needs to be on each one of the pulleys properly. After that, you can go ahead and close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.